Hey y'all, you're tuning into Two Friends That Get It. Two women,
real conversations,
and all in between. It's your girl Danny.
It's your girl Casey.
And we have a very special guest. What's up?
What up, though, y'all? It's your boy, your favorite black cousin. I be all over the world and out here in the city with my favorite two friends that get it. I ain't got no titties though. So
you can't do that.
Hey y'all, I'm Silky. Yeah, what up, though? What's cracking?
Thanks so much for coming.
Thank you for joining us. You're our first guest of the show. How does it feel?
Yo, I'm extremely honored, like, to see like what y'all been doing, like, in the space, and to really be like representing for like black women. You know what I'm saying? I really feel honored to be here. So thank y'all for having me, boy.
Thank you. So we appreciate the support.
100, you already know.
You ready to get into it?
No, I'm not ready to get into it because I know y'all be asking the saucy questions on here.
I'm so glad you said that.
Oh no, y'all! Oh, you so bad. Here come the transition.
So you already know.
I don't know.
If you know, you know.
With two friends.
Come on, ET.
You see what I'm doing?
I'm doing this shimmy. Nah, you love to start us off, so go ahead. Let's change in that area.
Mine is very cool this time, guys. I'm sorry. So when it comes to wings, chicken wings.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to chicken wings, are you bone in or boneless?
Well, I got a bone, so I keep my bone in.
Ooh, okay. Speechless.
I also don't eat chicken. I'm vegan adjacent.
I thought that you were, and I was wondering what the pizza thing, because I was going to. Okay.
Yeah.
No, you thought we was talking about chicken.
Yeah, everything got bones.
Boneless or bone in?
I mean,
chicken. Look, chicken. I prefer boneless.
Boneless.
Yes.
Interesting.
I just like to dip it in the sauce and
dip it in the sauce and suck it off. That's cool. You like to suck off the ranch or the?
I don't eat ranch. It's disgusting. I'm a blue cheese girly.
Oh, you like to suck off the blue cheese? That blue cheese is good.
Say I like to suck off the blue cheese, but yeah.
Okay.
So, have someone ever walked in on you while you're having sex?
Absolutely, my mom.
Oh, there you go.
She just came downstairs and we was getting this shaking. This is like way back while I was like in college, and so like you got your summer vacation, so I was staying at the crib for the summer, and like
did you not know she was there?
My mom was there, but I had like a shorty on the west side. So, I'm from the east side. East side niggas love west side shorties, you feel me? So, we do. So, you had shorty over there. Well, not we. I had shorty over there. I was downstairs in the basement. We was getting this shaking and whatnot, and I was in there doing my thing as a 21-year-old. And like my mom came in, she was like, "Hey son," she walked in, she's like,
not the step.
She walked in and immediately like nothing happened afterwards. She was like, "I thought we gone." Like, no, my mom just walked in. Yo, like I can't really move after this. So
that's
I took Shorty back to the crib, and then I came back, and then like I came out. My mom was like, it was an awkward ass conversation.
Like, hey,
she was like,
son.
Yeah, she was like, she didn't ask
say how are you. You know how you are.
I wasn't empty, mom. Thank you, but
Jesus.
I mean, we talked about it afterwards, but it was extremely awkward because like nobody else will open up the door. It was just like her, and my mom got a real bad habit of like just coming in on stuff.
Yeah.
So she just like boom and busted in. Yeah, it kind of messed it up.
That's crazy.
It was crazy.
What about you, ET? You?
Nobody has ever walked in on me before. No. Somebody watched me have sex before. Yeah. So I wasn't like younger, but like I had a best friend at the time, and me and this guy was getting down, and yeah,
I appreciate.
She came into the room and she was like, "Can I watch?" And we looked at her like she watched for like 2 seconds. He didn't stop. I couldn't do nothing. He was like, "Me."
She watched for 2 seconds.
She was nasty.
I never knew this.
So some of the things you may not know.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
I feel distant.
No,
someone's walked on me before.
Yeah. Oh,
you did.
straight like that.
I was actually.
Remember?
Was it like intentional?
No, it was not. Hey,
okay.
It was a great 24-hour trip.
Yeah. It
was accidental.
Cut.
There was no. it was a quick laugh, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah, it was like, it was like a hey. I was like, oh.
Okay. Oh, y'all legit said hey in the middle of it?
Yeah, I laughed.
They laughed and said hey.
That nigga was on top.
At least it was a greeting.
Huh?
Yeah, he was.
I figured,
yeah.
There wasn't no way on God's green earth.
But okay. So thank you for answering our raunchy and good questions.
And shout out to my mom. I love her.
Shout out to your mama.
Shout out to Mama Sippy, man.
Dealing with the disrespect. I'm just
that was crazy. Yeah, no, I was bringing that Eastern Michigan University over to the east side.
So we met. Little backstory. We met.
Ah, yes.
Well, technically speaking, we met through people.
Yeah.
But back in our day, back in my day, in high school, because he was in college. Back in the day, we used to party up at Eastern. Good times.
Shout out to Emu.
It literally was like the best times I've ever had in my life. Kayla probably got so many story times on those times. Yeah, it was just a time. Yeah. It was a great time. You know, back before everybody got older and started getting
shit got weird. Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a good time. So he's been my forever friend. And
this is my dog. We tapped in.
Life.
Yeah, dog, man. My nigga. Can I say GL? Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. My nigga GL has seen me through some rough times, boy. Some things were just not my destiny.
Mm-hmm. I love so yeah, we like them.
And it's so funny, we didn't know that we both knew him.
Yeah.
And
that's right.
I met you back in 2020, 2021.
Yep.
And I was two other
people.
It was 2020, 2021. One of the two.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was at a mutual friend of his.
I wasn't gonna say the name. But
I wasn't on that yet.
Okay,
at their house. And honestly, he was the only one that talked to me.
So nice.
Every single time I went over there, the only person that spoke to me and talked to me had good conversation. Yeah. And found out years later that knew my ET. I said, oh my God.
What does ET stand for? Like, home?
Evil twin.
Evil twin. You ain't know that this whole time?
No.
You really thought it was found home?
So always evil twin. And it was just
I thought it was like.
You really thought it was found home?
Yeah, I thought it was like something very nice and wholesome, not like evil twin. Oh, that means y'all be on DT, demon time.
Elegant twin.
Yeah, elegant twin is better than evil twin. Yeah.
Okay, twins. Yeah,
twins.
It's ET.
It's ET.
The other one.
I can vouch for that too, because I did see that on the phone.
Wait, no. Oh, okay. Well,
so
let's get into it.
Let's do it.
All right, I'm coming in hot. All right, so we're getting a little deep this episode. We got our first guest, so we want to know from a male's perspective, what things have society taught you on how to, on how to feel safe? I'm gonna repeat that. So, what has society taught you on how to feel safe? What do you think society have shown men on how to be safe? How to feel safe?
Ooh, that's a great question, fam. I mean, to keep it a stack with you, I can answer from both perspectives. For Silk, society has taught me that you always gotta stay on your P's and Q's. Society has taught me that there isn't a lot of room for error when it comes to really stepping up and coming up to the plate. Even though us as humans, we should be allowed times to kind of figure our way out. Society has taught me that shit. I don't really got that luxury. Mm-hmm. And that for me, pressure for me is really great. I know for a lot of other people, and I'm sure we'll talk about it later, pressure is something that really be scaring niggas. When motherfuckers ask niggas to apply pressure, on a multitude of different levels, it pushed niggas away. But for me, society has taught me that when you step up to the plate, you get all the benefits and all the rewards that come with it. Mm-hmm. Now, for my species in general, society can feel like it's against you. Society can feel like, man, like don't nobody like me, don't nobody want me to succeed, don't nobody want me to be vulnerable, don't nobody want me to really truly be myself. Because if we just to keep it a stack, you feel me? Like society has chewed and spit niggas out, and niggas don't feel like they can truly be comfortable and vulnerable, which kind of allows the back and forth that kind of goes through today. So for me personally, that shit kind of brings the best out of me. But like if I'm to look outside of myself and my circle, it can be a little tight and a little challenging. And I got a little empathy for niggas.
Yeah. No, I love that answer, because even with me just thinking about it, I don't feel like society is like, I don't think society can make someone feel safe. And the only reason why I say that, because as a black person, as a brown person, whoever, society does not make anyone feel safe, in my personal opinion. Like it cannot. I don't feel like as a black man, as a black woman, like we're targeted the most. And now you have the brown people being targeted, you know, even worse, not even worse, but more now than it has been before. But as black people, we've been targeted the most since way beyond and before our time. So it's like, I don't feel like society has made a way for anybody to feel safe.
Real talk. I'm with you on that shit, because like, and it's up to us to, I know I'm about to say something mad, super controversial, but it's up to us to have empathy for one another, to understand that like when we leave outside of our crib, it's treacherous for black men and for black women and for our Latino folks, for our brown folks. It's treacherous when we leave outside the crib, especially with everything that's going on now. So we do have to practice and build a little bit more empathy. But when we got these like devices that show like 10% of the world and we all follow the same 10% of people, you feel me? Then we start to think that life is like that, but it's really not. Life is so much more bigger than that. And we got to build a little bit more like compassion and empathy, but yet you don't get rewarded for that shit. You get rewarded for the ratchet shit.
From my perspective as a woman, because I don't know what society teaches men or like what men actually learn from society, I feel like society has like really made men feel like safe goes along with like protection and like how they protect like other people or emotion. It's either like protection or emotion. So either your guard is up and the way that you feel safe is like being strong, or like, oh look, I'm macho, like I ain't soft, I ain't this. Or it's like, well yeah, you ain't protecting your girl, you ain't protecting your mom, like like that's the only way to make you, like I don't know, like I feel like it's a defense mechanism rather than like an emotional side of things. And I don't know, because like I'm a woman, so I don't know how y'all feel about that.
No, I mean, you feel like you gotta do like all these things. You feel like, dog, I'm a not good person if I don't defend my mom. I'm a not good person if I don't defend like my shorty. I'm a not good person if I defend my sister or my aunt. I mean, actuality, yeah, a little bit of that is true. But in some instances, like defending and protecting looks a little bit different. It doesn't look like how society wants you to look. Because also we got to keep in mind too, like, you know, we persons of melanated skin. So when we go in and defend and stand on the front line, we also then get taken away, which you can even argue is more detrimental to the overall like stability of the black household. Because once you take away like the man, it starts to leave like a void, and we see that too often in a lot of different families and societies. When you take away that person, it could look a little bit different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So since we're talking about feeling safe and things like that, if you guys don't know, that's really what we're talking about. Like, you know, how does men feel safe? How do we feel safe? So what does it mean to feel safe to you? Like, how do you feel safe?
I can answer on both fronts. So for Silk, I mean, I feel safe, especially when it comes to women. I feel safe whenever I can like truly relax and be myself. Like here, when I'm in this environment, when I'm with two friends that get it, you know what I'm saying, and when we're not bouncing things that I don't have. That's crazy. I'm joking. But no, I feel safe because I have like the opportunity to be vulnerable. But also a key thing, and I do want to like be very honest and transparent when it comes to this, you gotta feel safe within yourself first. You have to. Like, because not only is society dangerous, but like you yourself can be dangerous as well.
Yeah.
And absolutely. If you don't know yourself, you're not able to like look in the mirror and be like, yo, I like this person without a haircut, without a lineup, without the freshest clothes, or without the jewelry. If I can look at this person and like them, it's much easier to create and develop a relationship with other people. So if you can start from there, it's way easier to get a chance to know people and get a chance to be vulnerable. And also on some real shit, dog, sometimes, man, shit just go wrong. Like you put your trust in somebody and the shit don't work. Yeah. And it's okay because you can look in the mirror and be like, yo, I took that shit on the chin. I just had a little situation, you feel me, that, you know, didn't go how I planned for it to go. Yeah. But I could look in the mirror and be like, well, it didn't work.
Another one bite the dust.
You feel me, D? I'm not gonna take it out on the shorty that I'm talking to in the future shorties. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's maturity right there.
Yeah, you feel me? It is. Okay, so that's you personally.
That's me. Okay. So for my species,
ever since I said male species,
for my species, it's a whole different thing. But I would employ my species to like get to know who we are individually, and then put that out to others. But for my species, we do need, it's not about the money. It's not about what you can do. It's about the depth that you can provide. If you are able to like create a safe, homey space and you're able to set like real strict boundaries within yourself, as men, we can respect that. Because it's like, oh, okay, cool. I'm coming into this shit. I already know what's going on. I already know what to expect. And then this person not only like is themselves, but they allow me to be myself. Oh, okay, cool. Then I can step up and show up to the plate. Where the imbalance comes in at is where we sense there's no real structure or no sense of boundaries. And then, you know, my species, you know, shit, we can wild out a little bit. You feel me? We can wild out a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we can wild out, but for those, and I'm sure, you know, my dogs, my real dogs, the niggas that can look at the mirror and look at themselves like, yeah, that nigga talking that shit. Yeah. Like, they can like respect when somebody like, hey, yo, this is where I'm at, but I'm still gonna like bring you in and like open and allow. But once you start to get to a certain point of view, or you start to wild out, hey, my nigga, I gotta, you know, once you start to take care of like you all selves, then that's when niggas kind of like follow suit. But that allows niggas to feel a little bit more safe because we know it's not like just the easy ride. We know that like we can just like take. We know that we gotta like pour into these people or these persons. Yeah. Another thing that helps us to feel safe is when, again, society got our back all against the wall. Right. And when somebody can just give us like words of affirmation. Yeah. Words that can like pour into us. When they can pour into our soul, that shit helps us to feel like invincible. Because compliments from y'all from black women is the most powerful thing ever to like, you know, men like me.
Y'all heard of that, ladies?
And it's
okay to do it.
Man, it's so okay, bro. It's so okay. Like a text message like, man, I believe in you. Like, go out and do what you got to do this morning. Man, niggas truly appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? What starts to get fucked up is when like the boundaries of communication starts to like trickle up and down. That's when it starts to get complicated. Yeah. Okay. But for y'all, like, if I have to ask, like, what are some of the things that make y'all feel safe from a black man or from men in general?
I mean, transparency. That's the biggest thing for me. Like, if you're not a transparent and open person from the jump, it's like I've always said, and I said this before, you're guilty until proven innocent. Like, I trust nobody. You have to earn my trust. Trust is like not. It's trust for me is not given. It's received. Like, you have to come off the back. Like, I'm asking you questions. It's for a reason. That's the only way you're gonna get to know with somebody. Yeah. And it's like, let me be the person to decide and choose if I want to move forward with this or deal with it, whatever it is. But because that's one thing I don't like. I don't like a liar, and that right there really makes me feel unsafe. Because it's like, if you can lie about the sky being blue, you can lie about anything. And it just be the simple as so. So for me, it's like transparency, is respect. I look and see how, you know, you treat your mother, your father, your, you know, whatever it is, like someone that's just like a natural protector. Yeah. And that's not even just a physical protection. Like, you know,
that's an emotional protection.
Yeah, emotional protection. Like, can I trust you with my heart? And like you said, I've been in relationships where trust has been broken, heart's been broken, been upset, been mad. But like you said, I'm not about to sit here and this gonna be the end all be all, because baby, there's other fish in the sea. And the fish has been swimming over this way and I just ain't caught it yet because I ain't want to. Okay. But believe the rod is in the ocean.
Okay, and you got the worm on
I got the net.
You got the net.
Not the
so you got one fishing for, you got the net.
You get the net because it's like anyone's replaceable.
No, wait, no me.
no, she said anybody.
Okay, whoa.
What's your different?
Well, my answer.
Anybody's woof.
Yeah.
Not anybody.
Anybody want to buy a heart? Okay, so
is there a heart? Is there a heart? Is there a heart? Yeah, stand up.
Okay.
Cheers.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
So, for me, back to what Gio said. For me to feel safe as a woman, you just lucky because you're so intrigued.
I'm very intrigued.
Honest to God, and Danielle can attest, I have to be able to be myself around you and feel comfortable. Yep. That is all me. I play a lot. I joke a lot. They say cancers are emotional, and I'm not gonna lie, we got some sides, and I'm a little true to my side, but I can be a person to shut down, and that shut down only happens when I feel like the person is like being mean, antagonizing me. They're not giving me the feeling that I think like, damn, do you like me? Because I'm big on that. Like if somebody say something, and maybe that's the part where people say I'm sensitive. If you say something, and the first thing I'm thinking is, well, you want to say that to a person that you like, and I say like, hey, you like me? That's me letting you know like this don't feel comfortable over here. Like I need that man, not need, but I prefer and want men.
Why is that not a need?
Well, when I say need, because kind of to what she said, like anybody's replaceable, they can get left. So it's like, yes, I do need it for you to stay around. But if I'm telling you how I operate as a person, you choose not to do it, then you obviously don't want to be around. So like, I would like for you to understand where I'm coming from on the things that I need. So yes, I do need them. Yeah. But it's like, if the guy decides that he's not gonna get that to me, it was like, all right, good riddance. You know what I'm saying? But in regards to any relationship, like even for my mom and my dad, like I have to be respected. I have to feel comfortable. I have to be able to be myself. I have to be able to tell you stuff, which is why, and even in our last episode, I talked about like not saying certain stuff to my mom, and it wasn't that she didn't make me feel safe, but remember, I did say that I feared her a little bit because she was strict. So I was like, I don't know, like I feel safe because I know you're gonna have my back. I know you're gonna be good with me if something is happening. Yeah. But I also am kind of like, I don't know what I can and can't say to you. So that's how I feel. Like I don't want to be in a relationship with anybody and feel like I can't be myself. I don't know what I can and can't. Stepping on eggshells. So like for me,
that's the most uncomfortable feeling
to make me feel like it's not safe here.
So if y'all don't mind me asking, do y'all allow people to grow into that? Because what if somebody doesn't have those tools yet?
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, because there's always room for improvement, room for growth. Because how I am with the last person may not be with this person. That person may tolerate what I did, but this person like, we ain't doing that over here. Exactly. And I've actually gotten checked by that before. And I'm just like, you know what? You're right. Because it's like, that's what I was previously used to. So it's like, and it's not even about you changing yourself. It's just a respect thing. And it's like, and just like I was saying, like, I'm not cool that you wear a hat at the dinner table and you still do it. It's like, what you do that for? You know what I'm saying? And that's the most simplest thing. Take your hat off at the table when you're eating your food. Because that's just how I was raised and, brought up. Like my dad, like, take your hat off. Like, you know what I'm saying? So if I'm telling you, like, hey, it's kind of disrespectful. And if you ask why, hey, this is the backstory. Why, blah, blah, blah. Then it's like, okay, I can respect that. Like, that's cool. Like, we ain't going to be here for like an hour. Take your hat off for a minute. We ain't put it back on. Like, you know? But it's just one of them things where it's like, it's not you changing. It's just like, it may have been tolerated in your last relationship because that dude was cool with it or woman was cool with it. Yeah. But this new person, they like, we ain't calling each other the B words and we ain't doing all of that. Like, that's because that means you don't respect yourself and I'm not going to respect you. And we don't even want to talk to each other.
That's so helpful, D. That's so helpful. Like, when you explain, like, the further, like, hey, when somebody says it's initial pushback, it's like, oh, no, like, this is the reason why.
I'm gonna always give the why.
That helps us to feel a little bit more comfortable.
Yeah,
It's for no reason. Yeah. You just like, oh, there's a backstory behind it.
And some dudes will assume and that you love. It's like no, sweetie. Like this is what it's like. Clearly, you don't know me and you don't want to get to know me because this is how I was raised. And I just like flowers. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. All women may not, but I would say 90% of them, they love flowers. Yeah. Y'all think it's a social media thing. It's like, no, my baby, my daddy used to give me flowers all the time. I was about to send up to my school since middle school and everything. So this is what I'm used to. I'm not saying I do it all the time, but this ain't a social media thing. Yeah. Like my dad showed, you know what I'm saying, certain things. Like he made my brother carry my book bag when we used to go to school. You know what I'm saying? So if I was dating or talking to somebody, I expect you to carry my book bag. And when I told them why, they did it. Yeah. Nowadays, these dudes are some punks, and they always want to be Miss Wrong Girl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh shit! Well, I don't know about those.
Anyway, back on topic.
Yeah. So because she's about to cut y'all. But to that point, to Danielle's point, and to your question, we do give the opportunity. I know for a fact I do, and I even said that when I said if I tell a man like these are things I don't like, that's me providing explanation. That's me letting you know that like it's uncomfortable for me. And then if I see I provide an explanation and then you keep going with it, you keep doing you, then I'm not gonna feel safe. I'm not gonna, the bond is already kind of like broken. Like for instance, I told my friend Adriana, I don't like when people call me aggressive. I haven't had many people call me aggressive, but I didn't realize that word triggered me until I got uncomfortable by someone calling me aggressive. And I was like, why am I so upset about this? Like I know I'm not aggressive, but like why am I upset?
Yeah, you're not aggressive.
And then I was like, oh, dang, I'm sure about that. And then I was like, you know what? I just don't like to be called that. So I had to tell him, like, don't call me that. He did it again. That makes me feel unsafe with you. I don't feel comfortable with you anymore because it's like I'm telling you something that I don't like. I'm telling you something that triggers me. I'm telling you something that is like, this don't make me feel like I'm in an environment or, you know, with someone I can truly be myself. Yeah. Because something that I'm doing that I feel like is just me doing it is me being myself. You saying it's aggressive. Where's the disconnect?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So like, and then it's like when you explain it, it's like, oh, you made a joke and you was like all like with it. And it's like, what? Like I changed my tone? Is it aggressive to you because I went from like super soft to like, now I'm joking and I'm like, nigga, what? Like, but what's aggressive about that? I use a certain term. Right? So it's like for you, if you are a man, and maybe there's some underlying issue with you, why don't you counteract that and say like, you know what, as a man, I don't like when women do da 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 da. So then I can be like, you know what, now we both kind of feeling unsafe here. And now we know what we can work on and what we don't need to say going forward. I won't do it, you won't do it. Cool. But a lot of men, I'm not going to say all men, a lot of men cannot have those tough conversations and they don't know what they don't like or are not accepted to. Because they so quick to just kind of throw the shot at the person who's doing it rather than saying like, I don't like that because it makes me feel like this because people don't like show emotion. So
I was just about to say, dog, you hit that shit right on the nose. Like it's hard to show emotion. You don't get validation for showing emotion. You get validation for, you know, kind of being a little bit aggressive. That's what like my species kind of looks at as like, oh, okay, you're being like a dominant male. But really a dominant male is just a nigga who's just confident. I mean, a person. A person who is just confident within themselves, that's true dominance. Because once you start to master who you are inside of here, the world is your oyster. So once you start to like move with that, then you start to see less and less things bother you. And then when somebody does bring up, hey, yo, that made me feel like X, Y, and Z, you can communicate, hey, yo, this made me feel like 7, 8, 9, 10. However, we have not been given the tools properly because of a lot of systemic and racial apathies that have not allowed us to grow. They've kind of pulled us back. But that's still not an excuse for like people like myself and other like, you know, like big dogs in the game to like share that information. We just have to like take it in and kind of like really sit with it. But that's some of the most difficult things to ever do is to like sit with your thoughts, your feelings, and process them and be like, yo, this is where I'm at right now. And then to put that out to society and know you're going to get chewed up, spit out, and to get talked about and ridiculed in a way that's gonna make you feel quote unquote less than.
Yeah.
But when you so sure of yourself, like, oh man, that stuff rub off me like water. You
How does a person get there?
Well, you get there through talking to therapists.
That's what I was looking for. Therapy.
You get there.
A lot of people don't like therapy.
You don't. I mean, fair. I mean, it's a lot of reasons why, but it doesn't make you feel crazy. It doesn't make you feel like you're less than. It actually gives you the tools to work through things. But you also gotta jump into it with a level of honesty. You might have did some things that you're not the most proud of. You feel me? I'll be looking in the mirror all the time, like,
accountability.
Listen, man, I had a run, cuz I had a run. I had a run, and listen, I had a run, and it was one of those things. Like when I look back, I would never tell my nieces, my nephews, my young bulls to do what I did, because you end up not finding what you're looking for, and what you're looking for is depth. Looking for depth in your relationships. You're not looking for like this quick instant pleasure, because then you start to hit dopamine.
You're looking for a little pleasure.
I mean, pleasure is cool, but once it's regulated and you in control, you can start to have those healthy conversations. So you can have a conversation with yourself and be like, "Hey, this is probably just gonna be a whole pleasure thing." And if you solid enough, you can say to another person, "Hey, yo, this is just X, Y, and Z." And the other person be like, "Oh, I can agree or not agree." If the person don't agree, then you shouldn't be
doing anything.
You shouldn't be doing that, because it's gonna get messy. But if the other person agree, you're like, okay, cool. And then you like follow up with the communication, because we all know,
gotta keep an open book. You gotta check in.
Listen, feelings change. They change quick.
They do.
If there's anything I know, feelings change quick. And so you gotta check in. But like, you able to do that, you able to like keep the relationship going, you able to get like the depth that you're looking for. And it may not be boyfriend or girlfriend, but it may be like long lasting. You know, when y'all go to the funerals of, it's just what I'm about to say, you go to the funerals and be like, yeah, that was his friend for a long time. You know, who be doing that? You know, the old funerals, you know what I'm saying?
I don't take nobody to that funeral.
Oh, no. Man, y'all, I know people know. Like, never see like this person
in
like,
movies.
Like if you got like 60 or 70, like they ain't been married, but they say like this person has been this person's long time friend.
I haven't been to a lot of funerals though.
I personally have not experienced any of that. I have not seen it. And the last thing I'm concerned about is meeting someone new at a funeral or a repast.
Oh no!
I mean, damn, we want to talk about that. I'm just saying, like the person that like passed, like.
Yeah.
Like,
you have like a long.
No, I've never experienced none of that.
Yeah, no, that's well, I'm from the South.
So. Yeah.
My family from the South. I still ain't experienced none of that.
You know what?
Sure, you might need to ask some questions.
I probably got to.
Ask some questions,
Mama. Let me find out.
But anyhow, yeah, man, them long time friends is because they be talking. You know what I'm saying? And it's that is tricky too. You know what I'm saying? But it everything takes communication.
So my question to you, speaking of communication, how did your parents, and then give me the mom versus dad, like if you care to share, how did they make you feel safe as a man, as a young boy? Like how was that growing up?
So with moms and dads, it's indirect versus direct.
Okay.
And it depends on the sex that you're born with. So my dad would teach me, since I have a penis, my dad would teach me very directly. Son, 7, 8, 9, 10, this is how it goes. My mom would be more indirect. My mom would buy me CDs of my favorite artists whenever I do like a good job in like basketball. Like, I mean, I'm 6'3", so I'm mad tall, but I'm also super nice in basketball. So whenever I would have like a good game, she would buy me a Young Jeezy CD or the Snoop Dogg Rhythm and Gangster album to say like, hey son, you doing a good job. And it's not something that you would like immediately be like, oh, like she's saying this. It's like a very indirect thing, because you know, moms, they kind of allow that to be like the dad's job and vice versa. So I'm sure you all can speak to like how you all as moms kind of like poured into you all. So for me, it's been like a very like direct or indirect thing. Like my mom would cook like my favorite meal. Like when I was growing up, my favorite meal was pot roast, peas and cheese. And what y'all niggas looking like that for? People were looking like that for peas and cheese. Peas and cheese.
Cheese on the what? The peas?
Cheese go on the peas. Like American cheese get like put on the peas with like onion powder.
Okay. Hey, no judgment.
It's a lot of judgment because it got like super duper silent over here. But I mean, yeah, she would like cook my like
favorite meal, guys.
Yeah,
favorite meal. Powder,
so, y'all. Are you single? Okay, so
yeah.
So you know, his favorite meal. Y'all want to know?
Well, I don't eat meat anymore. So yeah,
just peas and cheese and onion powder. I guess
peas and vegan.
Onion powder.
He said onion powder.
That's wow.
Didn't you say onion powder?
I did say onion powder, but
what peas?
It's onion powder. The season needed.
I mean,
that's part of the season.
It is part of the season. You gotta season. You make sure
I season my lima beans, so I'm just saying.
As you should. If you don't season your lima beans,
you're weird.
A lot about you.
Okay.
But yes, she would make me like her favorite food. Like I felt like when it comes to like the women in my life, it's been very indirect. With my dad, it's been super like direct. Like, hey, yo, son, you need to do 79-10. Or not even my like more so my dad. Like the streets taught me. Like my coaches have taught me, like other men have kind of like taught me very directly, this is how to quote unquote be a man. But that's from their perspective. I also have to walk my own journey and find out what it is for me to be a
man. Get into it.
100. For y'all, I would really love to know how like dads and moms played a role into y'all lives when it comes to like feeling safe. Yeah.
My dad, again, I think we kind of know the answer for me. Mine's straight shooter. Well, my dad, he made it very comfortable for me to talk to him about anything. Mom, I think my mom, like when I got to the point of feeling safe, it had to just be like with her allowing me to be me. And I don't say that in the sense of like her not knowing me. I think it's like just understanding that like I'm a rebellious spirit. I think that's where me and my mama used to just really kind of clash because like I am a rebellious person. And I think for her, like, because she's so old school and she's my mom, she thinking like, you know, I'm your mama. Like, you better, like, whatever I say, go. And I respected her and I did what she said. But then there was times where it was like, well, I just got a different opinions of like how I think this should go. So I think like once she started to accept like, I'm my own person, you your own person, that although you're my mother, I just may not agree with you. And it could be one, because I'm rebellious. And then it's two, because we're two different women. Understand that. Be cool with it. And let's move on. And I think like for me, that's when I started to like feel more safe. I never felt unsafe with my mom. My mom was a great mom. I really loved that. Like she instilled a lot of great things in me, like especially confidence. Like I give all that praise to my mother. Like my mother did that for sure. But like I said, like it was easier to go to my dad because he just allowed me to just like talk. And I feel like with my mom, like because her respect was kind of like, it was boundaries on her respect. Like, I'm your mother, so you shouldn't be saying X, Y, Z. And I don't disagree with it because I feel like it is true, especially at a certain age. Like I was just come on now. You know what I'm saying? But like with my dad, once I did get to a place where I was sexually active or something, like I'm just using this as an example.
100.
I told my mom and I just told her and that was it. So she knew. But I would actually, when I would tell my dad, it could be like a situation. So he got more of the discussion where she just got the base of the information, but he getting all the details.
He getting all the details.
So that, and I feel like because for so long, he just allowed me to keep talking. Whereas like with my mama, I kind of had to layer what I was saying. So like for me, it's just like, girl, just understand that like, this how I am. Like, I don't know. Like, I know you may not agree with that, or maybe that's just, again, not the woman that you are. Like my mom, she a Virgo, bless her heart. And she like, for real. Like she real, you know, deep rooted in like how she feels. She kind of can be stubborn, but I'm also stubborn. But yeah, I'm rebellious, and like she's super old school, like I said. So like maybe my rebelliousness to her probably looked different, but for me, it was just like, no, I'm just being myself. Like you know, like we just two different people. Like I love in a certain way. You love in a certain way. You would do things in a certain way. I would do things in a certain way. Sometimes it's similar. Sometimes it's very different. That's just really it.
What about you? You've been over there.
What about me?
Yeah, you've been over there stewing in the peas and cheese.
I
don't like peas.
Why you don't like peas, girl?
I don't like it.
Peas are good. Delicious.
Not cheese.
Peas keep it strong.
Oh, okay. You know what?
I'll give it a shot.
I mean, dogs. No. I mean, when I say dogs, I mean
I know you're talking about.
Because dogs have been manipulated, and dogs can sound like a. I don't mean dogs like that.
Or the fraternities and stuff. But
yeah, I'm not a. I was.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I ain't did nothing. I mean, for me, I can't separate the two.
Ooh.
Because I grew up in a 2-parent household and I grew up in a Christian household on top of that. So of course it was church every Sunday, Bible study during the week, 2 services on Sunday, late night, whatever it was. So it's like, for me, it's always been like a spiritual thing. Like growing up, you go to sleep at night, you pray every night. Thank God when you wake up in the morning. And so I do that to this day. Now I lacked on praying at night, but every day I wake up, I'm always saying thank you, God. So it's like, for me, my parents just instilled the spiritual part in me. And so even when I catch myself like straying away from it, I always get back like on top of it. So, and it's like, my dad, he's just always been, he's the protector. He's the king lion. He's a Leo like me, 2 days before me. So he's a very super protective dad. Like, even with him being visually impaired, like, my dad trusts with my life, but me and him do bump heads, like, because we're a lot alike. Like, we both, can be stubborn, we can be a-holes, like, whatever it is, we give or take. But at the end of the day, like, that's my daddy, you know what I'm saying? And he's had a lot of experience in life. He knows a lot. He's been on the police force, so he's taught me, I'm street smart because of my dad. I'm street smart because of my uncle. Like, so it's not even just them. It's just the people around me. My granddad, military, taught me, I'm just like, a lot of stuff. So it's like, it's a lot of great men in my life. Like, even with my brothers, like, my brother really feel like he's my daddy. And I hate that to this day. But it's like, at the same time, it's like, no matter how old I get, we both, we in our 30s, he in his late 30s. But he just like, you gonna always be my baby sister, like, regardless of the fact. So it's like, to me, it starts from home, and it takes a village for that safety to start. So for me, being blessed to grow up, how I did, I always felt a safe environment, like with my parents, siblings, all of that. And even when my parents didn't get along, they're divorced now and stuff like that, did it hurt? Heck yeah, because I'm like, my parents supposed to be together forever, ever. But then as I look back, thank God y'all did, because y'all was getting on my doggone nerves when I was younger. But I didn't let their situation affect me. You know what I'm saying? But they always made sure, like, kids come first, But they've always, like I said, for me, it's just more of a spiritual standpoint. Like, they just always instill, like, make sure you do this. Like, when you watch your surroundings, like, when you go out, like, when in our generation as younger, our parents taught us, like, those things, like, don't talk to strangers. Don't do this. Don't take money from this. Don't do da. Now you got kids, a stranger off in the ride because it's raining outside. Yeah, I'm cold. No, baby, I'ma still walk these couple blocks. I don't care if I got a hood on with my rain boots or no umbrella, whatever it is. It's like, we were just taught so much differently then. I feel like kids now, it's like, we didn't, even though we had the little bit of internet back then, we wasn't meeting a whole bunch of people offline. Like, it's like, it's so many people that's getting kidnapped and, just a lot of different things. And back then, it's just like, when you meet up with somebody, we went with a group of friends. Yeah. It wasn't just one-on-one. Yeah. Hey, y'all, let's go to the Star Theater in Southfield or go to the Star Theater at Fairlane, and you meeting up with them. And it was a group of them. It was a group of us. And so it was like, it was just different. Like, even though our parents probably knew that we would probably be sneaking around, but we were smart about it. So it was just, so I do appreciate them, like, just, instilling that in me. Like, you gotta be a little sensible. Because I failed one test when I was younger.
What test was that?
My mama told this stranger at McDonald's when I was like 4 years old to ask if I wanted some fries. And I said yes. And I got in trouble. If y'all know, I love French fries.
Okay.
And she was like, "What, do you know this, man?" I'm like, "No, but I want the fries." She like, that was the ultimate test. And baby, I ain't doing no.
Okay, that's true. She instilled it in you.
Yeah, and it's like, I used to catch the bus to school, so you have to pay attention to your surroundings. Like, even to this day, like, when I go to the gas station, I don't like going at nighttime. Mm-hmm. If I'll wait till the morning to get my gas. You shouldn't go at night. Yeah, no, you shouldn't. That's just for anybody. Like, even though, like, me, I know y'all dog, whatever. But it's just so much stuff that's happening nowadays. So it's like, they taught me just pay attention to your surroundings when you out. Don't be texting on your phone. Like, when I used to go out to the clubs, I used to leave at 1:30 or 1 o'clock. They're like, don't wait until the club is over to leave. Leave before. So I used to be out in Pontiac at Clutch Cargos, Tonic, all of that.
What? Man, damn.
And I would be leaving at 1:30. Tiki Bob, all Visions for OU days.
Max, come on.
Listen, man. I would leave at 1:30 because it's like, but it's the smart because things will always happen. Because that's when fights start happening. Like if I see something happen, like I'm always watching and paying attention. I always say, keep your eyes and ears open. If I see a commotion going on, I'm like, hey y'all, come over here. Because like I want to get us all out of harm's way before something escalates, and you know what I'm saying? Something happens. So that's why it's like when I do go to places, especially if it's a small compact, I don't like being in a small compact because I was actually in this situation back in 2020. And this is why I don't like compact spaces. Like a shooting happened and a girl died that night. She got hit by a stray bullet. That could have been your girl, but I said, I don't want to stand up front. I want to go sit in the back. Yeah. So thank God that I'm the way I am and told us like, hey, let's go sit in the back. Yeah. And then bang, 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 10 minutes later. And it was like, that could have been me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, hello?
So like she spoke from a emotional and physical side. And I feel like I spoke from more of a emotional. I ain't gonna lie, I don't know. I can't really remember. I think my mama just being strict was like my physical side of things on how to make me feel safe. Because like, and she switched schools. Not that I really like that, but like if any environment wasn't like up to her standards, she would just remove me from it. So that's what made me feel safe, knowing that I don't gotta tolerate nothing. And that's why I'm a no tolerance type of person. So if it comes to like physical things, but like the emotional part, spoke on that already. That's is what it is. But like, the physical part though, like she wasn't having it. Like everybody know Miss Kim is big on two things: our education and like our safety and like where we lay our head at. And like anytime she felt like it wasn't working for her kids, we wasn't there no more. So
man, shout out Miss Kim, man.
Yeah,
man, I love your mom.
So I have one last little question on my side here. Should peace come from within or from experience?
Both. Okay. You gotta have both. I mean, I think sometimes in life, not sometimes, a lot of times, especially in society right now, it's either this end or that end. Everything is balanced, yo. It's all balanced. You have to go through things in order to like understand what they actually are. I can't tell a young boy, hey, yo, bro, don't go to the gas station on 7 Mile and Shaner at 2 o'clock in the morning because shit gets cracking over there. You be looking at me like, man, Silk, dog, man, shut your ass up, dog. I mean, shut yourself up. I just I normally talk, but shut yourself up, dog. I'm gonna go over there anyway. You go get gas and you get jacked, and then you come back to me and you be like, hey, yo, G, that's on me. I take that one on the chin. I'm like, yeah, bro. I lived, I walked so you can run, my boy. That's what I did. And that's what the OGs did for me. So it's like, bro, you got to have a balance. But you also can't be a hermit, just be sitting up in the crib. Like, I don't want to do nothing. I don't go outside. I'm too scared.
Yeah.
And the tariffs is too high. Like, bro, you got to go out. You got to go out and experience like life. So that way you can gather those experiences so you can know, just like we was talking about, what you should do, what you probably got a little leeway, and which, like you said, like, hey, y'all, we should just go in this back because I got experience from my pops and my brothers and them that we probably shouldn't be doing.
I don't hang out the same places I do no more. Like used to back in the day, it ain't the same.
Shit, a lot of them shut down for good.
Hello, call me bougie. I'll be that, but I ain't doing it.
I think, man, we should have enough. We should have more bouginess. You feel me? We should be able to communicate more and allow our guards to be down. But we should be bougie on certain places. Like, no, bro, I'm not going there. Like, I've grown to a certain level in my life. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
you know
I'm done with that ghetto wretchedness.
Advocate and say, I do think it's both, but 100% of that, I think it just has to come from within. Back to what you said earlier, like if you can't have that talk with yourself, if you can't sit at peace with yourself, and that could be from just being single, learning who you are, like taking the opportunity to like remove yourself from different situations and certain people. Like I think it has to come from within before you can like let society play in any type of contribution into it. Because like I can feel so like good about what I'm doing that even when society is trying to teach me how to feel safe or like things I should do as a Black woman, I'm like, no, I ain't doing that because what I'm doing has worked for me, and how I feel is gonna always work for me, and that's just what it is. So I agree with what you said, but I want to take a stance and choose one, and I'm gonna choose that they gotta come from within over society.
We live in a space where it's not just us.
Yeah.
And that's the hard thing. I feel you on that. And I used to think like that too until like I realized that I have like a brother, a sister, I got friends, like I got a social media page. Mm-hmm. Like realistically, sometimes niggas in society be right.
Yeah.
So you gotta take like the good with the bad. As what I heard earlier yesterday is you gotta chew the meat, spit the bone, which means like you gotta take the good, leave the bad, and move forward. Because sometimes niggas be right. I mean, people be
right. Get him out of here.
Man, we go, man. Get me out of here. I use the N word like
so many times.
Man, what?
They're gonna enjoy this episode.
Man, what? Because they know I'm one of them, man. I'm from the East. They know, and I love the West Side, man. And suburban people.
I don't like the West. Well, I just like the West Side. There's some cool girls over there. The guys,
West Side till I die.
I can't speak to that, but the West Side girls, man, love y'all, man.
Thank you.
Love y'all.
What you love about them?
Oh my goodness, well, I love Southfield, man. I love Troy. I love Birmingham.
Oh, okay. We can debate on that. Drop your comments below. I need to know this for real. Is Troy considered the West Side? Because it's not. It's a suburb area that's in the middle.
Ain't it like Cross John R?
Yeah. It's not the West Side.
That's a Detroit specific thing.
Yeah.
For dudes, I mean, we just like the opposite. If you grew up in Chicago and you grew up on the north side, you like the south side, shorties. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa.
I like what you like, or I like that you like what you like.
What does that mean?
That you like the West Side.
Oh yeah, I love the West Side. I love the West Side in the suburbs.
Yeah, I'm West Side Detroit. I don't know about.
You don't like the suburbs?
I mean, they straight, but
you don't like the East Side?
No, I hate the East.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's fine. My feelings aren't hurt.
Hello. More room for me over here.
Fran, what do you think on your question? Your stance on worders?
What was the question? We got the
transparency.
West and East. For me again, as I said in the last thing, it definitely has to come spiritual. Me personally, if I'm not, I can tell when things with me, I'm not at peace or not at ease. I'm like a little antsy. It's spiritually, I'm not right in together. Like I notice when I don't go to church often or read my Bible or read my daily, Bible affirmations and things, like I feel off. I don't feel okay. Yeah. I feel like something don't feel right. And then, but once I start like doing it, that brings me peace. That brings me like, all right. And stuff just start like working in my favor. When it don't and I get the lacking, I can tell a big difference. I'm not at peace. Like I'm more so just like, oh my God, I'm worrisome. Like anxious. A lot. Very anxious. Yeah. I'm worrisome. I'm very much bothered. I get irritable easily and quickly, even though sometimes it makes me a little bit irritable. But I'm not as like, irritable. It is like my level of at least I'm being honest. Like I don't, and it's like some things I don't know, I just be very like snappy. I'm an a-hole in general, but I do be very, very snappy, but that's because something else within me is I'm just not okay with, and I'm taking that out on others now for no apparent reason. So it's a me thing. So when I'm in touch with my good Lord and I feel good with that, and it's like, all right, girl, like he like you back on track, you over here. I see you trying, I see you rebuilding, I see you X, Y, and Z. And I'll be like, thank you, Jesus, for not giving up, even though I'm just not all the way there, but I'm still there and I still love you. Amen. Okay?
Please don't make me laugh about that, bro.
So, but I mean, that's just me personally. So I do feel like peace can come from within. Experiences, to each his own. You know what I'm saying? You do have to experience things, you know what I'm saying, in life, but I don't want to experience nothing that does not bring me peace. That's just me personally.
But how would you grow or learn?
I'm going to grow and learn regardless.
If you don't experience
I don't want to experience somebody almost getting shot and killed. That ain't going to bring me peace. You know what that did? That did not bring me peace. That brought me in is like, I will never go there again. Mm-hmm. I will never X, Y, and Z. Like, that really, like, that was a different experience. I hear gunshots all the time. Like, I'm used to it, prone to it, whatever.
Wonder.
But to be in a small facility like that petrified me. Like, real bad. To a point where I'm like, I'm in a gun range. Even though I know how to pop off. But it's just like, let me make sure my aim good. Let me go grab my stuff. Because, like, you just never know these days. So that does not, experiences like that does not, any negative experiences will never bring me peace. That would just bring me to a dark space where it's like, that made me uncomfortable. I don't like how that made me feel. Mm-hmm. Even though, thank God, I'm good. Person I was with was good, protected me, was on point, was quick with it. But it's just still like, yeah, no. I don't want to experience nothing negative that won't bring me peace. It's gonna bring just something, like I said, something negative.
But you need the chaos in order to balance the peace.
I don't like chaos.
Mm-mm. But you learn from chaos though, right? When we hit our pavement, we be like, oh shit, the pavement hurt. You know what I'm saying?
I don't want it. Okay. If I feel or sense any negativity, any like you got too much, I don't want that, because to me that makes me anxious, that makes me irritable, that makes me annoyed. I don't want to experience anything that's going to put me outside of how Danielle is on the norm. Like you said, making you feel comfortable, you know, with yourself. Yeah. If it throws me off, if I gotta feel timid, I don't want it. Whether it's a person, it's work, I will remove myself with the quickness. I had one job and I left, and I was on there for 2 months. That's the quickest job I've ever quit in my life. I had another job on standby. Like, opportunity came in twice. I said, well, they hit me up first. They offered to me first. Let me check this out. And I'll come literally 2 months later. I said, yeah, no, I didn't like the culture. I didn't like how they emailed me. It made me uncomfortable. I dipped out. I don't have to tolerate and stand it to make seem like, oh, I'm going to learn from this. No. Bad.
Oh, that's the lesson right there. Like, even you feeling like that way, be like, oh yeah, I'm out this bitch, cuz. I mean, I'm out of here, cuz.
But I mean, that's just
Well. Okay. So we've concluded that men feel safe in different spaces, with their relationships, even with the women that they're talking to. It just depends. But an overall arching similarity that we all had is that we want to be able to be ourselves and feel that, you know, we can just do the things that makes us happy or makes us feel like we're enjoying life. Yeah. And that's what keeps us at peace, ultimately.
Yeah. It's complicated, man. It's not a one size fits all.
Yeah.
Especially because we're women and you are a man. So, like, you can speak to that. And I only could think about what I would imagine would make a man feel safe, because a lot of men may not know or just may not tell women how they feel safe. I feel like in relationships, they, you know, get to their breaking point of what they don't like. They kind of like have those outbursts, say the things, and then you learn from that. Yeah. And it could be like relationships with your family too. Like, you can, like, siblings, great example. Man, you do something with your siblings, you don't know that it makes them feel unsafe or uncomfortable until they, you know, had an outburst and be like, stop doing that. And you're like, oh dang, I didn't know I was, you know, tripping on you like that. So,
but you got to stick through that. Like, you can't just like throw the hands up and like give away. That's one, like when Danny was talking, like, it was like just asking a little bit more questions to gather a little bit more understanding. Because, like, at the end of the day, like, if you choose to be with a person, you got to be there through the good and the bad. And that all takes, like, communication. Everything ain't a one size fits all. That's the society that we live in. We think one size fits everything. Yeah. Really,
everyone's different.
Exactly. And I learned that shit in...
It's okay. Go ahead.
Sorry, Casey. I learned that in Argentina. Like, life is about essence. Not one person and the same person is not the same thing. I can dance with KC and it's a totally different dance than if I dance with you, Danny. Absolutely. Or if I dance with Bianca. Like, it's a totally different dance. But
who's Bianca?
Okay, listen, I'm so
well, WrestleMania is this weekend. So
I know you're talking about. Okay. Oh, hey, Bianca girl.
Yeah, if I use a real name, we gotta cut that. But it takes, like, you have to show up and create something with that person, and you all have that thing. It shouldn't be compared to what we do on social media, what we do to like outside. Everything is its own separate entity. We got to treat it like that.
Yeah.
Yep. I love that. Not you closing on our little episode or whatever. Well, you're not.
I love it.
Closing it,
but the conversation, you did good.
Yeah. No, I did.
You did.
I'm just showing up as myself and being around two, amazing like Black women with their amazing experiences to share. I am fully prepared for the raunchy stuff, so that's why I'm like, all right, I know some stuff is coming around the corner. Yeah, I know it's coming around the corner.
Mine's is all right. It's in the middle.
It's never all right and in the middle. And if
yes,
it's in the middle, it feels good.
It's in the middle.
Our last, if you know, you know, with two friends. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So, have you ever?
Oh boy. I already know.
He nervous.
Have you ever? Both of you guys. Have you ever role played with a costume? And if you did, what was the costume? I added that to myself.
Go ahead, Casey.
No, you just go ahead.
I'm trying to use my guest privileges. Role play with a costume.
And what was it? I want to know. I feel like you did.
You look like you did. You look like
you Man, real talk, y'all. I don't even really like lingerie like that.
No, you. What was your costume?
Oh, my costume? Oh no, I ain't never had no costume. I'm butt naked. I'm no socks. No socks. We get it.
I just snorted.
Yeah.
So you've never had on a costume.
Oh,
okay. So costumes that a woman has had that you like.
Dang, I'm trying to think of
pick your top number one.
Mm-hmm.
Have we ever did costumes?
You know.
Real talk. Yeah, I don't.
You don't got no costume that you like? That cowgirl one?
I don't.
The one with the wig?
Not the one. Is that a costume?
Yeah. It ain't hers.
I'm a screaming.
It ain't hers. So it's fake.
Real talk, y'all. I really don't think I've ever had a costume. It's
just the wig.
I mean, well, like the women that I have talked to have worn wigs and look damn good in the wigs.
Oh, I meant like the Party City.
Oh, like
that make you a difference.
No.
Okay, so you never. Okay,
never. That's fine.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, I feel like my costume is me. I don't have a costume.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah.
But I role play for sure. But I've never went so crazy as a costume.
The role play like that?
So I'm in a lingerie before for sure.
Okay.
A couple times where I've just been naked and role played.
Okay.
But I ain't never tapped into, and I want to do that. I think that would be so fun. So like, like I go, you can pick it up with me. Not you, but like, No.
No.
And it was like they could pick it out with me, and like, that'd be legit.
What would you? What if you could choose? What would the role play be? What person be?
I'd be like something lame and normal. Like I'd be like a teacher, a cheerleader, and like a nurse, or something like that. And the only reason why I say nurse is because like once I'm really activated, I can really take care of you.
You heard it here first.
Man, we heard it here. Two friends.
Go ahead.
Oh, you get it.
Not I get it.
Now he just the glasses off.
No, because the way she said, she's like, "Oh no, once I'm activated, I can really take care of you." I know somebody gonna be watching this, gonna be like, "Yep, TikTok."
They took notes. They screen recorded that exact part.
Like you said.
Remember when you said this?
Yeah.
Remember when you were saying
waiting?
Man, what? They'll fly across the pond for that.
Oh. Who? Me?
What you thinking?
I've only done it like I've role played, but I only did the costume thing like one time, but it was like spontaneous. I mean, you could say I was kind of like a detective, but I just had on like this long trench coat with my boots.
Did you handcuff? Did you handcuff him?
Well, he had it at his house, so eventually I had to, but I didn't have it with me. But I just came over there, knocked on the door, had the key.
Did you have a name?
Yeah.
What was it?
Not revealing that, guys.
You see how I always try to just get her to...
Guys.
What did it start with?
Just know it was just like knock, knock, knock. Like I actually banged on the door like I was the police.
Did you say police?
No.
What did you say?
I was like, hey. He was like, I was like, I have to ask you some questions.
Okay.
No, and that's all you need to know. And then
we tried, y'all.
We gotta look.
And then that was
Okay. So he took control after, or you kind of?
I mean, I was in control, and then eventually I was like, all right, did my role, your turn, tag you it, you know.
Okay.
So.
Hands up, no truth.
My
question is back basic again. Y'all should be proud of me. I feel like, this is not going to happen very often. So, I've recovered. Have you paid for any premium dating apps?
No.
See?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Back up. You said premium dating app? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I have. Yeah.
Well, which one?
I paid for Tinder.
Okay. Yeah. How did that work?
Oh, that shit was amazing.
You can pay for Tinder?
Yeah. Get you a little premium?
Listen.
Well, I don't know that. I'm just. I ain't never even been on that.
Yeah.
I'm
screaming. Okay, so this is when I had my run. This was when done it all, done. Yeah, I paid for it, and man, I was swipey McSwiping. I was what's the fight? I was swipey.
Oh man,
I was yes man. Man, yeah.
The index finger still works.
Man, listen. I'm surprised. Listen, I'm surprised it was too. I'm surprised all my fingers and all my limbs was working because boy, that shit was on. But I would never ever suggest that because you get like overload and you start to look at relationships as very transactional. And there was a point of time where like the relationship started to be a little bit transactional, and there was like a couple people that even I'm still cool with to this day that I was able to like build like a cool ass. Not only, I mean, it might have started off like,
but a friendship eventually.
But we ended up like super solid as friends. But like 98% of those people, oh yeah, nah, it was.
We was having
we was having a ball. Listen, man, I love Toronto.
I do too.
Man, I love Toronto. I love the city. And not just outside of Tinder Gold. I love the Six, but the Six definitely treat me right. I pay for that, and I would never ever suggest people to pay for that. No, don't do that. Get it out the mud. Go meet people. Go get it organically. Talk. Mm-hmm. Please don't. Okay. I would be a wrong steward to say you should pay for that. No. Don't take my experiences, whether good or great. Don't take.
Do whatever your heart desire, guys.
No, you don't. Don't pay for that. Go meet. All
right, you heard it this first.
Have y'all ever paid?
I said no. I've never been on a dating app, so
no.
Really? Okay. Yeah. You've never been on Instagram? Is what you're saying?
I mean, that's not a dating app.
That's a dating app.
It's not. It's where you meet people. It's not a dating app.
Instagram's not a dating app?
No, it's not.
You drop y'all comments below and let us know if Instagram is a dating app to y'all or not.
It's not.
So you never.
Okay. I've met people on Instagram.
You
yes.
Exchange their numbers.
Yes, I have. I already told you this.
Have you done that? Have you done the same thing on dating apps?
I've never been on a dating app before.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what happened on dating apps. You exchange numbers through a third party meeting.
Anyway,
we enjoyed having you.
Man. Wow, man.
Yeah, we definitely enjoyed having you as our first guest. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much for the flowers.
Yes.
We appreciate it. Like, it means a lot. Honestly, I'm such a sucker for flowers because it really, truly makes me feel at peace and safe. So
appreciate it.
Very appreciate it. For real.
Of course. I mean, the flowers is much more than just like a visual gesture. I wanted to give you all's flowers for starting this platform and continue to grow it, continue to like expand and to expound and to speak to like some of the things that not only Black women go through, but now Black men actually like go through, and not just like people of our race, but like folks who are tapped in with the culture, because we are a very giving and very loving culture, and you all speak to things that folks who are tapped in could take in, and those folks aren't necessarily Black all the time. Those folks might be from Syria, or those folks might be from Mexico, but those folks are tapped in because they grew up in the culture. So I wanted to bring those flowers to give y'all flowers to say thank y'all.
Thank you so much. No, like so much.
Drop your social media platforms so they know to follow you.
All right, y'all. So I'm on YouTube. I do travel and inspirational content because I'm from the east side of the city. I grew up in very not good circumstances. And I was lucky enough to have mentors and people that cared about me to want to like see the world. And so I decided to document all those experiences doing that, and also just take who I am authentically myself and bring that to each of these different places, whether that's Argentina, Copenhagen, Sweden.
Period.
It's a very
real diverse travel.
Hey, it's all long, you feel me? But passport, man, y'all know what they say about skinny people. It's true.
Okay, yeah, and we know that. She know that for sure. Okay, so YouTube.
Yeah,
what is your YouTube? Where can they see you on YouTube?
At Too Silky. So that's TOO Silky with an extra Y. If you can't spell, your man's your favorite cousin can spell for you. TOOSILKYY. It's mad simple. And you're gonna have a blast on there. Like, we got the Argentina series that's gonna come out. I'm super excited about that because a lot of black people like me, we don't travel to Argentina. A lot of people from Detroit. Matter of fact, I'm the first person from Detroit ever on YouTube that's going to Argentina. And
that's so dope.
Yeah, no, I brought the city there. We had a couple people represent for the city. I definitely made sure I put on, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, definitely stay in tune with me on that. And if you want me to go to any other place outside of Thailand, hit me up on Instagram. Everything the same handle.
Same handles.
Same handles.
And on YouTube. Too Silky.
Too Silky. With an extra Y, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't gotta ask why. I provide the answers. You
We appreciate you again for coming. And so, guys, make sure you follow Silky on all social media platforms, and make sure you like and subscribe to our channel, Two Friends TGI. That's TWO Friends TGI on all social platforms. It's your girl Danny. I'm so Danny. That's I'm so.DANIII.
It's your girl KC. That's Kenya C, KENYAC _ on Instagram, TikTok, and all platforms. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.
Peace out.